Hello YouTube, Crochet Baby here. I'm getting ready to start sowing my seeds. I'm really excited. I have decided that I'm just going to plant them all. Just because. That's what I'm going to do. This first time, it's just an experiment. I don't really know what to do because there's so many things with different, the same seed, you'll get 20 different people saying 20 different ways how you're supposed to do it. So I figure, well, I'll just do one seed at a time and try it out because, I don't want to plant a whole bunch of my seed and ruin it all. So I'm pretty much going to plant, one or two of each. And Ari, unfortunately, because it is the weather, well, it's not warm, we're like in the 30s and 40s. I think we might get up to the 50s sometime within the next week. But we've had a lot of rain and stuff, but I guess because her body knows that spring is supposed to be here and summer's coming, she's starting to shed. So her hair is like everywhere. You ever heard that song, Your Hair, It's Everywhere? Yeah. Anyway, this is what I'm doing. I have this little box, and I've got all these little cards in here, different colors. And then I've got these tabs numbered 1 through 12 because there's 12 of these in this planter thing. There's 12 of them. Whoops, don't want to forget that. Anyway, and then of course, yesterday I showed you guys how I labeled the front with, I guess I could show you how it looks, and then I've got 72 over here, and then left and back, and the number 1 right here for this cell. That's so that I can keep track of, and I can't get these things messed up unless I actually mix these things up, which I hope I don't. So anyway, I like to crochet and knit a lot, and I'm just going to use one of my crochet hooks to make the holes to plant. And then as far as these go, where'd my pen go? Oh, I know, I've got like this purple, and I've got these pink and fluorescent colored cards and stuff, Who says gardening can't be pretty? And I got a purple pen too. Anyway, I've got these little cards, index cards, so that I can write what I planted, in which one. Ari, stop, you're so rude. Yeah, rude. I'm going to spray you with that sprayer. So you like that. I got these little cards so I can write what I planted, when, etc., etc., so I can keep track of everything on here. That way I know what I've done and, what I've got and stuff like that. What I want to start out with in the very first cell, so I'm going to take it out. And I went through and I sorted all of these so that I could have a little bit more organized. See, here's the beans, and then I need, cucumbers, and there's the strawberries. There's cucumbers and strawberries and beans, they complement each other, so you can grow them together. Don't plant like onions and stuff with beans because they don't like each other. So anyway, let me see here. As far as beans go, are these? Yeah, okay. As far as the beans go, I have decided to wait. I'm not going to plant the cowpeas yet, but I am going to plant the navy beans and pinto beans. So, let me see here. I'm going to get a couple. And each box I have a different color. So all of this one has yellow. And then the next little 6-pack has all pink and so forth, so hopefully. Yeah, I know. But that's what I want to do, okay? It's my garden. So you can do what you want. This is what I'm doing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to plant are navy bush beans. And they are in 1 of 1. So this is cell 1 of flat 1 or whatever. So I put 1 of 1. And then I'm putting navy bush beans. And I'm putting planted April, let's say 13th, 2013. I've got a lot of 13s. Okay, and I'm going to put on here that I direct sowed. Okay. There's other information I'm going to put, but for now, this is good enough for me. So, I'm just going to get one of these out, because like I said, you know, he put on here that the germination rate of these are 85%, so I suppose it's possible that this one won't germinate. But on beans, what I read is where the eye is, or the part that was attached, you know, inside the pot or whatever, you're supposed to plant that down. So I'm going to make a little hole here. And I'm going to try to drop this in there. Push it down. I'm going to cover it up. Okay, so there's one. And that's my navy bean. Okay, you're going to have to move on because you're getting in my way. Okay, so here's the first one. And then the second one is going to be 2, 1, and then pinto shell bean. And this is going to be, let's see, planted April 13th, 2013. And I am direct sowed. Okay, so in other words, I didn't plant it or soak the beans or anything. Okay, and these are bigger, and you're supposed to plant these also. The part that was attached is called the eye, and you're supposed to plant that down. So I'm going to make another hole here. And I'm going to set it right there and try to shove it down there and keep that eye down. Okay. I'm just going to move the soil back over it, so it doesn't like need to be pressed really hard down on top of it. Just, you know, do that. So then what I've got is one card that says 1-1, so it's cell 1 of flat 1, and it's navy bush beans, and I planted them today. That's direct sowed them. There's other information I'm going to put on these cards, but I'm going to go back and do that whenever I'm finished. And then, of course, this one is in cell 2, so it's 2-1, pinto shell bean, planted today, etc., etc. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. So, yeah. And those are done. And here I was going to do I think what I'm not going to do the Mosey Bow bush lake beans. I'm going to actually do them later. After I've already done these to see how they turn out and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the top crop bush, which are they are an heirloom. Another thing, people, in the stores, when you buy seeds from anywhere, you can't get GMO seeds. Just an FYI, you can't buy them. You have to have special licensing and blah, blah, blah. I do understand that a lot of the soybean... Okay, I've gotten all my seeds planted. There were some that I planted more of, like in each cell I planted 2 or 4 or whatever. Celery seed is notorious for not germinating. Although it said on his thing that it had like an 80 or an 85% germination rate. So I put quite a few. I just sprinkled them because they're so tiny. They're just teeny tiny seeds. But anyway, I've got a lot of seeds in here. I've gotten them watered in. And now I am going to, oh wait, I was going to tell you guys, my cards, so in cell 1, you know, as you guys know, I have the I have beans, you know, cucumbers and strawberries. Because cucumbers and strawberries are good to mix with beans when you're growing. Anyway, it just kind of goes on and on. I decided to plant 2 of the Detroit dark red beets. I've got Danvers, you know, carrots, lots of Danvers carrots, and lots of cherry bell radishes, because I love those. And let me see here, you know, I've got, cauliflower, broccoli, a few different kinds of cabbage, Brussels sprouts, okra, all different kinds of onions. I've got all kinds of onions in here. I have different kinds of bell peppers. I've got cantaloupes, some honeydew melon, watermelon. Let's see, I've got kale, collards, a couple different kinds of mustard. I got a couple different kinds of Swiss chard. I have all different kinds of lettuce. I did a whole bunch of different kinds of lettuce because I had a lot of different lettuces. I also did endives, the celery, which I told you about, spinach, golden crookneck squash, eggplant, zucchini, cayenne pepper. I only planted 6 different kinds of tomatoes. I've got a lot of different kinds of tomatoes, but I only planted 6 of them, 6 different kinds. So, and as far as those go, I decided to plant the pink Caspian, the large red cherry, the Roma, the beefsteak, the big red, and the Rutgers. Those are the ones I decided to try at first. And then all the rest of what I planted, the last 3 little boxes or units or whatever are all herbs. And I have so many different kinds of herbs, it's not even funny. So, but I had to choose because I only had 18 cells left, so I could only plant 18 more. So I chose 18 of my herbs. I had to leave some out, but I chose 18 of them to plant. And there's a lot. There's arugula, anise, sage, catnip, rosemary, tarragon, chives, cilantro or coriander or whatever, thyme, fennel, basil, hyssop, parsley, lavender, oregano, mint, dill, marjoram. Those are what I did for now. There's going to obviously be more later, but for right now this is what I'm starting with. Because I don't want to overwhelm myself. And I'm also going to admit, most of these, I only planted 1 seed. So if it doesn't germinate, that's okay. I'll just plant another one. I'm okay with that because I'm just learning, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So now that I've discussed my little box here and what I've planted, I'm using that box with the index cards just to organize and keep track of everything and what I'm doing and what I planted and where, so I know exactly what I've gotten where and how much and how many seeds. I even put how many seeds I planted, the whole 9 yards, so I can keep really good track of it. And no, I didn't have to use this cute little box, and no, I didn't have to use these cute cards, and I didn't have to use purple pen, but I wanted to because I like them. So there. Just do whatever you want. I mean, it could be on a piece of paper. Shoot, I don't know, just write on a piece of paper. Or like there's a lot of the people I noticed, they stick like little things, pieces of paper or plastic in these or popsicle sticks or something. They just write on the popsicle stick what it is and the date they planted it, and that's it. Like, that's it. So some people don't even keep track of what they're doing. The reason I'm doing that is because this is my first time doing this, so I need to keep track of what I'm doing, so if I figure out that I'm doing something wrong, I can change it, you know. So, because this garden's really important to me, you know, all of this stuff is really important to me, and so, anyway, I'm going to take all of this put it into the grow box, so I'll be back to show you that. Okay, YouTube, I got my plants in my grow box, and I had to move this a little bit so that it's more even. And I am going to put the top on. Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to move Ari's. That's what all that noise was, Ari attacking. I'm going to put this top on it because, you know, I've noticed that a lot of people do put them on there, and then I had some people tell me that I really need to because it'll help my plants germinate. Sorry, I know this is really bad. Cameramanship, whatever you want to call it. Ari, your freaking hair is everywhere. I know. Do you guys hear her talking to me? Ari! I know. Anyway, there's my grow box, and these are the little, see, I just need little flaps. I didn't want it to be completely airtight because I didn't, you know, so that there can be some kind of, you know, a little bit of airflow in there. You know, so anyway, there's my grow box. I did test it yesterday, and I was pretty surprised because I found out that it actually gets pretty warm in there, and I used a thermometer to see what the temperature stayed in there, and it actually stayed around 75, 76. I'm not sure if that's good or not. So if anybody knows, I've heard a lot of people say you need to keep it between like around 71 or right at 71 or 72. But it stayed about 75, 76 degrees in there. Every time I checked it, that's about where it was at, 75 or 76. So I'm not sure if that's too warm. If it is, somebody please let me know, because there's things that I can do. I can, you know, make more vent holes or something, you know what I mean? So just let me know. Anyway, I'm really happy. I finally have a garden. It hasn't sprouted yet, but hey, I got the seeds in the mix. Anyway, I'm really happy. I'm really excited. I didn't expect it to take so long to plant all those seeds. It took me all day. It's early evening now, and I started early this morning. So anyway, God bless you all. I will keep you guys updated as to what happens, and with any of my other new little projects, because y'all know I got all kinds of things going on. I'm even going to let you guys see me attempt to drill holes in my buckets using a drill, and I've never used a drill before. So this should be interesting. Anyway, God bless you, YouTube, and until next time.